Good morning, or afternoon, I should say, since it's 12:20. Those of you who know me know that I like to do update videos, which end up being very boring, and I also like to do subject videos where I talk about certain subjects, and those also end up being very boring. But I like to do them. It's kind of a therapy for me, so today is one of those days. I'm going to talk about patience and compromise. I feel like I've had to have a lot of patience to get where I am right now. Now, some of you might say, well, Chase, what are you doing? Where are you? That you've needed to be very patient. And I'll totally agree with you. I, um, I'm not doing anything particularly grand with my life at this moment, but for me, it took a lot of patience to get where I am, just to be living in New York City. It took a lot of time. Looking back now, I realize how important that that patience is and the lesson it has taught me. I went from living in Maryland, going to community college, to sitting in this bed talking to you from New York City in the matter of about 5 years, which when I started, if you'd told me I'd only be getting here 5 years later, I might have just given up. I might still be in school. I might not still be in. I might have just quit school and got a job working at Panera Bread. I might be a manager in Salisbury, Maryland at the Panera Bread store right now. Patience is also very important because I don't, there's times when I don't think you're ready for what you want. An example of that might be something as simple or as complicated, depending on how you look at it, as waiting to enter into a relationship until you know that you love yourself. You know what I mean? If you can't love yourself first, how are you going to love somebody else? Oh my god, I had so many fun things I wanted to say about fun. If patience and compromise can be fun, I had some fun things to say about it, but I can't think of it now. The next thing I wanted to talk about is compromise. And I feel like you cannot go through life without compromising. I believe compromise is a good thing. Some people believe compromise is not good and you're not getting where you want to go or doing what you want to do or being who you want to be because you're, like, I don't know, like downgrading your goals. Or compromise for me is more of taking smaller steps. My example for that would be college. I wanted to go to when I first got out of high school, or while I was in high school even, I wanted to go to an art school after I'd figured out that that's what I had wanted to do, because there was 20 other things I wanted to do while I was in high school. And in the end, I just don't think that was feasible for me. I believe I had the talent. I could have done it, but I don't know if I was mentally able to, if I'd be mentally able to do that. Like, to come out of school, out of high school, and go straight to a 4-year school, a very liberal 4-year school at that. That might have just been a whole lot for me, and who knows what could have happened. So, out of high school, I went to community college, and I can tell you now that that was one of the best decisions I've ever made. Because we referred to Warwick as the 13th grade, and I think, to be honest with you, I think that's a wonderful name for it, because it's a very good transition and from high school to college. You have, at least at Warwick, you had the teacher interaction that you did in high school, but you had the classes and the thought processes and the assignments of college, of a 4-year college. So that was a good transition for me. I did that for 2 years. And then I went to I went to another community college in New Jersey for another year. And then finally I made my way to Rutgers and did 2 years there. And I still firmly believe that if I had went straight to even a 4-year school, let alone an art school, I might have not made it. Who knows? Maybe I'm not giving myself enough credit, but that's how I feel about it. How do I think that patience and compromise will play into the rest of my life as I continue on here in New York City? You don't just end up on Broadway, and you don't just write the greatest new musical that ever was. It doesn't just happen. It's going to take much more compromise and patience to get where I want to go, given the grandeur of the goals I want to accomplish.